Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Launch Credit Union's Merchant Lending. How do you grow your business webinar? We are very happy that you all joined us. We've held many of these educational seminars in person in our branches, and I'm sure some of you out there may have attended some of these, but due to COVID, we really had to take them out of the branches and make them virtual. We did this so that everyone would be safe, of course. And it's the same great information that we share, but in the comfort and safety of maybe it's your living room, maybe it's your business where you are this evening, wherever you may be. Just a few housekeeping things. Everyone is muted right now, but we do encourage questions. Please use the chat box feature for your questions, and it may be on the side of your screen depending on what kind of device you're in. Let us know any questions you may have. If you're not familiar with the chat or the question box might be off to the side, it might be at the bottom, or it may be at the top where you see the presenters. You just have to type in your questions and we will either try to answer them along the way, or we may hold off until the end of the webinar to answer them. If you're using an iPad, it will be the question mark at the top of the screen. And a reminder though, please do not include any personal information like your account number or your social security number or anything like that in any of the chat questions, just to be safe. Now our presenters would like to introduce themselves. First, I'll introduce myself. My name is Kelly Haskins. I'm the Vice President of Marketing, and I've been with Launch for 14 years now. It's amazing. I am a proud UCF grad, go Knights. I have a team of excellent marketing professionals here at Launch. Our job is to make sure that our members know what kind of products and services that we have that may help you. Plus, we're always looking for new members. And bottom line, we are here to save our members money. So if you're not a member yet, we do invite you to open your account with us at any of our branches, or you can even open your account online now at our website at launchcu.com. Gwen is here somewhere in here. There you are. And she is our Vice President of Consumer Lending Business Development here at Launch. And she has more than 25 years in the banking industry. And she's been here at Launch with us for over 4 years. We also have Carly Mixon. She is our Senior Digital Marketing Specialist. And she's going to give us some information and tips on marketing that you can use maybe at your business. We also have Emily Thornburg working behind the scenes with our polls and our questions and videos. So now that you know all of our presenters, let's get started with our first poll. If we can pull up the poll, we want to first know if you're a Launch member or if you're a guest. Maybe you're looking to become a member. So if you could please make your choice here on the poll. We'll give you just a few seconds to select your answer. And so while we're waiting for the poll question to be answered, I'll pull a joke out of my joke bag. How about that? This is a new one for everyone. What do you call a reptile that gives sound financial advice? An investigator. And get it? Investigator. Yep. All right, looks like our poll. Boot me out of that question real quickly, huh? All right, let's pull up our poll. 100% of the people watching right now are members. So thank you all very much for being a member with Launch. Excellent. We do have a second poll question. Second poll. Do you own a small business? That'll be a yes, a no, or maybe you are employed at a small business. And while we're waiting, I have another quick joke, just because. Why is it okay for an ice company to commit fraud? Because their assets are already frozen. I know, bad jokes. All right, has everybody submitted their answers? Do you own a small business? So nobody owns a small business. Now I will hand it over to Carly, who is going to give you some tips on marketing your business. Carly?
Okay, thank you. As Kelly mentioned, my name is Carly. I am part of the digital marketing team here at Launch. And we understand that as a small business owner, marketing can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of things that you may not be aware of, and you may be the small business owner who is handling your marketing. So basically, we wanted to reel in some tips, tricks, and tools that you can utilize that you can actually implement starting right away to help grow your business. So something we want to touch on first are local citations. So you may wonder, what is a local citation? It's basically how a business will find you, or I'm sorry, how a consumer will find you. So you want to make sure that all of your information is correct. There are several places that you can do this for free. We've listed a few here, and we also have the links that you can visit to verify your business location for free. Google is one of the top search engines, so it's the first one I always like to list, but it's also my favorite. Google allows you to have unlimited free listings for your business. So for us at Launch, we have 16 locations. That's important for us. If you're a business owner and you have one location, it may be a little bit easier for you to verify your listings on several different platforms. But you definitely want to make sure that all your information is correct, especially things like your name, your address, your phone number, so that consumers can find you. A few things to mention. Yelp also has a free platform, but you cannot do unlimited, you cannot verify all of your listings. They cap it off at, I believe it's 10, and then anything over 10, you actually need to pay per listing per month. So for us, we have 16 locations, so we actually can only verify our 10 listings, and then we have to go in as if we're a consumer and manually change any edits that we need to make. And then you have, Apple Maps Connect, which is actually fed through Yelp. So you want to make sure that your Yelp listing is correct too, because if you have a consumer who uses Apple Maps, and most of us, if we have iPhones, we use it, we may not even know it, but a lot of that information is fed through Yelp. And then another good one is actually Bing Places for Business. And what I like about Bing is that when your information is verified through Google, it actually feeds through Bing as well. So you can say, transfer my information from Google into Bing. So that's very helpful. Yahoo recently made it where they've partnered with a company called Yext, who actually wants to charge you to verify your listings. But I included a link down below there for Yahoo where you can actually still list your business for free. So make sure if you are not verified on Yahoo that you check out that link below in order to figure out how to list your business for free. But on the main ones, I think, like I said, if you can do all of these listed here, it's in your best interest, because you want to make sure that your information is correct and that customers can find you, because there's nothing worse than them trying to reach you and they don't have that information correct to get a hold of you. And what's really cool too is once you've verified your business listing, under each one of these, you're actually able to see how many people found you each month through these listings. So whether it's through maps on an app, or if they're doing a desktop search, you can actually see how many people called your business through that listing, visited your business through that listing, and so much more information. So I do want to touch a little bit more on Google My Business, which is on the next slide. So Google My Business is something that we use very often. It's one of my favorites, not only because, like I mentioned, Google is the #1 search engine, but they offer a lot for small businesses. They want small businesses to succeed. So, here, like I mentioned before, you want to make sure information like your address, phone number, and your business name is correct, but also your hours. You want your consumers to know what hours your business is open, especially in times like this past year where your hours may have changed. So you definitely want to make sure that your hours are listed, because a potential consumer can come visit you, and if your hours aren't correct on these listings, they could become discouraged. But also, it's not only just your regular business hours, but things like holiday hours. So if you're a company that closes down early on Christmas Eve, for example, or is not open on New Year's Day, you want to make sure you're putting that in your Google My Business so that your customers are aware that you're closed for the day. If you haven't set that within your listing, it'll say, if you do a search, and you may have done this, as a consumer yourself, you can go to search your business and it'll say hours may vary, because if you haven't set it, it'll say hours may vary due to the holiday, but you just want to make sure you have it if you're closed or if you're open and what hours you're open. Another thing that's nice that you can do through Google My Business is list photos. You can have, consumers can post photos as well, but you want to be able to be in control of those photos that are being shown. So it's important to have, at a minimum, your logo, but we also recommend an exterior photo of your business so that they know what it looks like. Especially if you're in a strip mall or, a certain location, you want to make sure that people know what your location looks like. And, even pictures of your interior of your location and product offerings, all that kind of stuff. It's always good. The more you can include, the better. Something that is very underutilized that I think is extremely important in Google My Business are posts. So you'll see an example here. We actually put the webinar in Google My Business. So on each of our locations, we just explained that we had the webinar, what time it was, and how to sign up. And you can do a button. So you can probably see on the slide here, there's a button to sign up, and it takes you directly to register for this event. But it's important because especially right now, if you have certain updates, you can post updates, offers, events. But right now too, with COVID updates, if you have operational updates that are happening within your location, it's important to let your consumers know as well. So that's a nice little feature that's underutilized, and it's definitely important to use. Excuse me. And another thing too, that's new to Google My Business within this past year because of COVID, they've added drive-through hours. So that's, really nice, especially for us at launch. Before, you could only list your actual hours of the lobby. But as you may know, our lobbies were closed except for by appointment only. So we were finally able to have our drive-through hours listed. So that was good for us because some of our locations have Saturday hours now because of COVID, but some of them, like our drive-through hours, open earlier than our lobby hours did. So being able to have our drive-through hours listed in addition to an appointment link during COVID was huge for us. And we had reporting to show, like I said, how many times people clicked to book an appointment through Google, and we get all that reporting as well. So it's just really nice. They really work with you. They're looking out for small businesses, especially during this time. Okay, next slide. All right, social media, it's a beast. It can be very time consuming if you let it, but it is also, extremely important to be at least on one of these platforms, especially if you don't have a website. So having like a Facebook page at a bare minimum is important because as I mentioned before with Google and being verified on Google and Google being a top search engine, if you've ever searched for your business in Google, you'll notice that your social media pages will show as well. So that's part of your search engine optimization. So you definitely want to be on social media. Now, I'm not saying be on all platforms. I'm not saying that you have to spend hours a week, but to be on a platform that makes sense for you and your brand is huge. Us at Launch, we're mostly active on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, because that's what makes sense for us. So you as a business, I would recommend, probably starting with Facebook if you're just wanting to start out in social media and taking it from there to see what you feel comfortable with. But the biggest thing too is to create a business page. You're not going to be creating a personal page. You want to make sure that you're creating an actual business page. So if you see here, we've got several links listed below on how to create a business page for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. But not only is it important to have one of these pages, but to be active on these pages. You don't, like I said, you don't have to post all the time. You can post, maybe once or twice a week. you don't have to post multiple times a day, because we understand, you've got a business to run. More oftentimes than not, you're not going to have a marketing department to handle this for you. So just to be able to be active, post something that's going on within your company, whether it's new employees or new product offerings, new hours, an announcement, anything, just to make sure you're active and engaged with your followers. And the biggest thing too, when you are posting, to use things like images and video and links, because if you, like as a consumer, if you've ever been on social media and you're scrolling through social media, if it's just copy and words and not something that's going to grab your attention, you're not going to notice it. So really have an image, a video, or a link to grab the consumer's attention. And then once again, just like with Google and verifying your listings and keeping those up to date, you want to make sure that your Facebook and any other social media platform that you're on is up to date as well, because that can have your website on there, that can have your phone number, your contact email, your address, all that kind of stuff. You just want to make sure all that's correct on there. Okay, so next page. All right, tools to use. These are tools that we utilize in the marketing department every day. You'll see here this image, and I bet you that caught your attention a little bit. It's nice to have motion in any image that you use. So this is actually a GIF through Promo, which is one of the tools that we use too, and I'll get into that in a minute. But when I was talking about social media and even doing the posts through Google My Business, you're wanting to use graphics, but you may not have somebody who can create graphics within your business. So there are tools that we use. We're fortunate we have a graphic designer, and she handles a lot of our graphics within the marketing department. But with us on the digital side, if we need something to go out for a post for social media or a post for Google My Business, and we just need to come up with something quick, we'll create it in Canva. So it's a product that we use, and it's actually, they have a free version of it, or you can pay, and I think it's like $119 for the year. So it's very minimal, and you're able to utilize a lot of stock photos. So it's really nice to have that option to use Canva for stock photos, but you can also do resizing. You can add text, you can add logo, you can add everything you want to a post. You can also create videos. There's so much you can do in Canva now that you couldn't do before, but I highly recommend checking that out. And like I said, that these are all free to limited cost products that you can use and you can start using today. And a lot of them offer free trials if they aren't already free to use it already. So yeah, we use Canva, but then another stock photo option that you can use is Unsplash. That's one that we'll use quite a bit as well. We'll pull images from Unsplash and actually upload them into Canva to be able to put like our logo on and any text that we want to include. And then another option is also deposit photos, which is really good. And then for video, like I mentioned here, the motion that you're seeing on this slide, these are all from Promo. So Promo is just like the stock video, or just like the stock graphics through Canva, Unsplash, and deposit photos. This is stock video, which is huge. Now, you're not able to use it for television ads, but it's perfect for any digital ads or social media posts that you want to create. So very easy templates. You can create 15-second ads fairly quickly. You can throw your logo on there. You can alter the text on that as well. So that is a great resource to use, and we use it very, very often. Emily uses it more than I do, but she knows it more than I do. But it is a great tool, and we use it a lot here at Launch. Now, email might not be something that you do. You may not send out mass emails to a customer base, but if you do, we use something called Constant Contact, which is nice. They have templates in there, and it's fairly affordable. Another product that is pretty similar to Constant Contact is MailChimp. I did put the login for Constant Contact on there, or the Constant Contact email if you want to check it out. But that is something that we like to use when we're sending out mass emails to our member base, or even when we're doing targeted emails to a select group We like to be able to showcase announcements, and even, for example, like I said, with our lobbies opening back up for teleservices, we want to inform our members, and we do that through Constant Contact. As for social media, we use a platform called Hootsuite, which we're able to take all of the platforms that we post to, and we're able to post to all of them at once through Hootsuite. Or you can create a post and you can select which platforms you want that post to post to. So it works for us. And if you have multiple social media platforms, it's a nice tool to use there. Once again, that one's more affordable as well. But it's just a one place where you can see all the comments that come in, you can see the messages that come in, and you can post all at once there. And one more tool that I want to mention, if you do have a Facebook account, is the Business Suite app. It used to be the Facebook Page Manager app, but now that Facebook and Instagram are the same, Facebook bought Instagram, they have something called Business Suite, and it's really a great tool. It's an app that you put on your phone, and you're able to see real time when messages come in. So if somebody messages your business, you're able to get back to them right away, and you're just able to engage with your customers a whole lot easier, and you're able to engage with both Facebook and Instagram on that one app. So that is a tool that we use daily as well. So those are a couple tools that we use, like I said, that are free. Some have free options. Most of them have free trial options if there is a paid version of them, but those are things that we feel are important, in our jobs day to day, that you can definitely utilize on your side, today. All right, next slide. All right, we're going to go back to one more poll. And if anybody has any questions, because I know it's a lot of information as far as the digital marketing side. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the question box and I will get to them. So we're going to cast one more poll here. So if you can answer this question on your screens, do you currently offer financing for your customers? Okay, we'll get a few more seconds to put those polls in.
No Kelly jokes?
They may be waiting.
No, I don't have the jokes like Kelly, sorry.
I have the joke. They may be waiting for my joke, and I do have one. How do dinosaurs pay their bills? With Tyrannosaurus checks.
My son would like that one. All right. All right, 100% voted no. They do not offer financing for their customers. So now I am going to hand it over to Gwen, who is going to talk about some product offerings that Launch has.
Well, thank you, Carly. I do want everyone to know that we have a very dedicated team committed to helping our local merchants go beyond and to help grow your business. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the slide here. I would like to review some of the program highlights with you. Before I get into that though, I would like to explain the difference between a retail merchant and a home improvement merchant. Think of a retail as anything that can be removed from the home, such as a fence, HVAC, sheds, golf carts. And as a home improvement merchant, that would be anything that is permanently attached to the house, such as roofing, kitchen and bath remodeling, seawalls, just to name a few. That way you know what category you will fall in. Now that we have the definition out of the way, let's get down to the good stuff. If you are a retail merchant, we will pay you $50 for every funded deal that's on our standard financing over $3,600. Based upon our research and the current merchants we have signed up with us, no other lender is paying their merchant for deals. Now, if you break that down as an example, if we fund 10 standard deals for you, that is $500 profit in your pocket. Think about what you can do with that. You can add it to your bottom line, use the money to give incentives to your employees, or put it back into your business. And if you do that every month for a year, that's $6,000 to you. I don't know about you, but I'd probably take a nice vacation to Hawaii with that kind of money. And it's all because you're just simply sending your deals to us. The other nice thing about our program is our low rates. On the retail side, most of our rates are anywhere from 18 to 25%. Our rates start as low as 9.25% on our retail side. And on our home improvement side, rates start as low as 5.50%. This is a really good selling point when you're speaking with your customer. The other nice thing on our home improvement side is we do not file UCCs. This means less paperwork and less fees to your customer and no lien on your customer's property. Again, this is a great selling point when you're talking to your customer. As you see on the bottom there, we also offer a same as cash program. We do offer 0% financing anywhere from 12 to 36 months, along with our standardized program as well. So if we go to the next slide here, why should you consider partnering with Launch? We've been in business since 1963. We're owned by our members. Last year, we rated 4th best in state in credit unions. We're not for profit, and we have convenient locations located in Brevard and Volusia County. And then again, there's that low interest rates, which is a great selling point to your customer. If we move on to the next slide here, why should you consider point of sale financing? It's more sales and upsells for you. For instance, if an application comes into us and it's submitted for $5,000 and that member qualifies for $10,000, we will actually approve it for the higher amount. This will give you the opportunity to offer additional products to your customer. There's also no startup fees to partner with Launch. And according to studies, point of sale financing result in an average increase of sales by 32%. I would say that's a really nice increase to your bottom line. If we can move on to the next slide there. One of the nice things we do when you partner with Launch is we promote your business to our 70,000 members. For anyone that knows our members, they are extremely loyal to Launch and know we only partner with the best. We list you on our website as a preferred partner. So if someone's, for instance, searching for a furniture store, they're going to go to our website first to see who we recommend. And not only that, we also highlight your business on our social media outlets, as Carly mentioned previously, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. If you go to the next page, there are some examples of the merchants we have already spotlighted or promoted. It's very important to Launch, since we are a community-based credit union, to really help our small businesses grow in our community. So by getting your name out there and advertising you as a preferred partner, we want to do that for you. You can go on to the next slide there. One of the best perks, in my opinion, is the fact that we are local and we provide personalized service to our merchant. If you have questions, if you need assistance, you need additional training, you need marketing supplies, we will be there for you. We supply you with flyers, posters, anything that's going to help with you explaining financing to your customer. And the other nice thing about being local is I wouldn't be surprised if Ken and Joe, our business development officers, swing by and surprise you with a nice breakfast or lunch. Again, that's one of the many perks of working with a local company. Now, on the second slide, the second best perk, again, this is my opinion, is how easy the portal is to navigate. At the end of this presentation, we are going to show you a short video, fingers crossed, of the portal so you can get a full feel for it. However, I did want to do some quick highlights with you regarding the portal. There's several nice features of the portal. One is the application process. It works from any computer, phone, or tablet. So if you have a customer literally in the showroom, you can send them the link to apply. It's a 2 to 3 minute process, and within 10 minutes, you and your customer is going to have an answer. That's during your normal underwriting business hours. So right there from the showroom, they can apply, get an answer, and you can move forward with your purchase. Again, there's no software to purchase. There's no startup fees with this program. It's simply a link that we provide you, and we communicate through that link. The other nice feature is customers can be pre-approved by applying from the link from your website. Now, what this means is once you partner with us, you can actually add a link that will say we offer financing. So if you have a customer that's shopping from home, they're searching, maybe they found a really nice furniture set that they like, and it's $5,000. They're not sure if they're going to be approved for it or not. They can do that from the comfort of their own home. They can click on that link, submit their application, and get an approval. This way, before they even walk into your store and talk to you, they already know what they're approved for. So they can come in and say, I've been approved for $5,000 with Launch. This is what I'm interested in. Really nice feature. And the really cool feature, in my opinion, is the create a price tag tool. You actually can create a price tag and attach it to your merchandise. The customer can then scan that QR code, and it takes them right to the link to apply. Now, this here is an actual image of what a price tag looks like. You see that blue starburst there? Your logo will actually go inside that starburst. So when you create this, your logo is going to pop up. You put in the amount of whatever the product is. In this case, it's $4,500. The system's going to automatically calculate the payment for you. Now, this is based on their lowest rate. In this case, it's 9.25. And it's going to generate this price tag with a QR code. So you can attach this to your merchandise. So again, the nice thing is if a customer sees something in your showroom, they can scan that, takes them right to our application site, 2 to 3 minutes to apply, and then again, 10 minutes to get an answer back. Again, that's during our normal underwriting hours, and they can continue with the purchase. The other nice thing is if you have merchandise outside, such as golf carts, sheds, trailers, things of that nature, these price tags can be outside. So if you're closed and there's people out there shopping, they can just scan that code, know what they're approved for, get with you the next day and said, hey, I was approved for this shed at $3,000. I would like to go ahead and purchase this. So again, some really nice features to make it easy for you and your customers. If we can move on to the next slide there. Now, what's in it for you? We've gone over a lot of stuff, no startup costs, more upsells. It's quick and seamless for you and your customer. The other nice thing is once the job is completed or the member has their goods delivered, we ACH the money directly into your account. And then from there, all the servicing is done with Launch as far as payments. Once they become a member, if they have questions, they can contact us and we'll handle it from there. The other nice thing is that same as cash, we spoke about it before. Who doesn't like a 0% interest rate? That's going to generate more business for you. So again, we're here to help boost your business. Now, we don't have a slide for this, but I did want to talk about, what's in it for your customer, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is their customer. That's having the lower interest rates. A lot of places out there, again, you're looking at 18 to 25% average interest rate for a retail side. Not only that, they'll be dealing with a local lender. A lot of places are not local, so if they have issues or questions, they have to call an 800 number, wait on the phone, get to the right person. Here, they're going to be dealing with either myself or my team. They can walk into a branch, talk to someone in person. So that's the nice thing about dealing with someone that's local. The other nice thing that we do is if you have a customer that's on a Same as Cash promotion and they don't meet the deadline, meaning let's say they have a 12-month Same as Cash, so they have 12 months to pay it off without paying any interest. Not all customers can meet that deadline. So what other lenders do is once they miss that deadline, they will retroactive the interest back to the first day that they received the loan. So the customer gets penalized. So they're going to have a year's worth of interest added to their loan. You know, being a credit union, that's one of the things that we do not do. So for some reason, our member does miss the deadline, interest just simply starts accruing from the day that they miss their Same as Cash period. So again, it's another perk that we offer to your customers. And lastly, you may or may not have heard this term before, but we do something what's called relationship lending. You know, we understand bad things happen to good people, but if we've had a member that's been a long time member with us and they've always paid us well and they're looking to get a loan, you know, we will consider looking at that, to where other lenders, all they're looking at is the credit score. You know, again, it's all about our members, about our community. So if we can make it happen for a member, that's what we'll do. If we can move on to the next screen there. Now, unfortunately, you didn't see the video. You would have met us all here, but I'll give a little introduction to the team here. This is Gwen, that's me talking. We also have Brenda. Brenda kind of works behind the scenes. She is the one who will assist you or your member with any questions that you may have. She'll review the paperwork with the member once they sign it. If the member has questions, you know, between us or you, she's kind of that middle person, if you will. And once the project is completed or the goods are delivered, she's the one that actually funds the loan and gets that money ACH into your account. So you always have someone there to help guide you and your customer. And on the next page is Ken and Johannes. They're the ones out there doing the training, dropping off the marketing supplies to you, assisting you any way possible. You know, Kenneth has several years, for 20 plus years in the indirect business. Johannes has several years as well. Also with Johannes, if your primary, as you can see there, if your primary language is in English, she does speak Spanish, so she's out there. You reach out to her if you have any questions. And don't forget, they're the ones, these two right here are the ones that drop off the goodies, candy, cupcakes, pizza, donuts. So you want to be nice to them because they like to feed you. So that's always a nice perk as well. We can move on to the next slide here. This is the short video. It's less than 3 minutes. It's just going to give you a quick overview of the dashboard.
In a couple of minutes, we'll have you on your way to creating a new application and sending it to your lender. Wanted to give you a brief overview of the areas that you'll see here on the main screen. So first of all, here's where you'll manage your account. You can change your merchant logo and adjust other settings over time. Resources is where you'll find things like rate sheets from your lender. Managing price tag is where you'll go to print off price tags, which we'll do in another video. Same with creating a web link for use in social media or on your website. The pipeline is where you'll go to manage your loan activity and funding. Support contacts is where you'll find the lender contacts to get in touch with for either help on a loan or funding. And also the Lone Star team is in there for technical support if need be. Down in the bottom right, you'll see a little help menu. Here's where you can go to search for other video content like this, documents, walkthroughs, and just helpful hints you might need along the way. But it's super simple, so let's dive right in and create a new application. So I'm an HVAC merchant in this case. What we'll do here is select the purchase type. We'll put in the total amount of purchase, a down payment if the customer is making one, and a description of what we're doing. In this case, doing a furnace installation. Now just simply click Show Loan Options. The rate sheet in most cases will be selected for you. In the case you've got multiple rate sheets, you can select which one you want here. Determine which rate option you want. Usually you'll see things like lower interest rates that you can purchase from the lender if you want to run a promotion, 0%, same sort of idea, or the free standard program. We'll select that one. So the rate here on this particular transaction would be for 7.9%. We can select the term. And then if we want, we can add things like a deferral if available. 3, 6, or 12 months is available on this. And you'll see if I do so, it will tell me how much it's going to cost me in order to offer that to my customer. If you want to send a message to the lender, when this loan gets submitted, simply type it here. At this point, all you need to do is either start the application by clicking here. If you were with a customer and you wanted to interview them and take the information directly into the application, you could do that. Most of the time, though, people will simply invite the borrower to apply. So we can simply type the first and last name of the customer. We can specify a mobile phone or an email. Invite, and now we'll just do a little bit more exploring and wait for your customer to apply. So over down the left here, you'll see all of the same menu options that you had, and you'll see now I'm in the pipeline, and the first customer that you sent an application to is now sitting in invitation sent. Once your customer has updated this application, filled it out, and submitted it, you'll start to see these statuses change. You can filter your status list to the different types of statuses that these loans might be in. And this is where you'll track all of your loans going forward. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us by clicking on the home screen, Support Contacts.
Okay, so that ends our presentation. We will have a question session after this here, but I do want you to know we would love to hear from you. I know that was a lot of information, but if you want to contact us, you can visit our website, or you can email us at merchantinfo@launchcu.com, and we'll be more than happy to review the program for you or answer any additional questions that you may have. So I thank you for your time. And with that, do we have any questions out there?
We actually did have a few come in. We have, how do I sign up my business?
It's very easy. What we do is we simply send you a link. And in that link, you fill out your information. Once we review everything, we get you started. It's usually a 24-hour process to get you signed up.
Okay, and then
Great question.
And then we also have, how long does it take to get the portal installed?
That happens right away. Once we get you approved, it's a link that we send you. So it's not any additional software or anything like that. It's simply a link that we supply you. It's a very simple process.
Okay, perfect. And that's all that we have in the questions box.
Very good questions. And we would love to hear from you. Once you give us a call, we can go over our rate sheets and get more into detail with any questions that you have. So thank you.